Hey everybody, it's the Golden Sound Twice. I apologize in advance. This video is gonna get bumpy and shaky because I'm sitting with the computer on my lap because I don't feel like going anywhere. I'm just gonna sit in this chair for all eternity. Yeah. Alright, what we're really talking about today is Yuri on Ice, which was the phenomenon anime that came in 2016. I don't know where this accent came from, but now I can't get rid of it. Well, now we're just stuck like this. But no, seriously. Many things to apologize for at this moment is my voice. I woke up today and I'm finally going through puberty, guys. And first it's my voice, and then I will metamorphosis and I will be a 13-year-old boy, which makes a lot of sense. So, back to the animus that we is talking about today. In all seriousness, though, I loved Yuri on Ice so much. First of all, I felt like it gave a very healthy portrayal of a gay relationship. I am not a guy, and I am not completely attracted to one sex or one gender. I am attracted to both those who feel and present as female and male, and I've been attracted to non-binary. So I think of myself more of as a bisexual, biromantic. I guess kind of putting that in terms maybe poly. No, I'm definitely poly pan. Hi, I know my terminologies. Anyway, long story short, though, I am not a gay guy, so I don't feel like I can say what is a good representation of a gay man's relationship, but from my very limited point of view, I felt that Yuri on Ice with Victor and Yuri did a very healthy portrayal of, like, portrayal, not betrayal, portrayal. I can enunciate, I am an actor. It's the voice. It's fine. So, I felt that it was a great show. The end. This is a wrap. Okay, no. I felt that the relationship was a very healthy, consensual, loving relationship, and I loved watching it. I loved watching it blossom and bloom, and the friendships that they made along the way, and the training. All in all, I felt that Yuri on Ice was a fun and excellent show. And also, what did it have? It had figure skating in it. And I don't think I've ever told you guys before. There goes that southern accent again. I am all over the place today. Anywho, I don't think what I've ever mentioned before is that I used to be a competitive figure skater, and in my prime, I had just entered my prime. I was one of the top 5 competitors in my hometown, or home city, I guess, which I make it sound like that's really cool, but actually a lot of the competitors had, like, quit to go to college, and, like, here's 15-year-old me filling in that gap slot, and I was starting to learn how to do triples, and so it was a lot of fun. We gotta fix my hair there. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. I love figure skating so much. I truly wanted to be on the Olympic team, and unfortunately I had a lot of body problems happen where certain organs of mine just did not want to work right, and then my parents separated and divorced, and my mom and I moved to a different state that the closest rink was like 2 hours away, and at that point it was like, well, we can't afford this, and this is a long drive, so we are done. It was a very short, well, not really short, I was competing. I was about 9 years old. Yeah, I started competitively figure skating when I was about 9 or so, and it was in a lot of ice shows and different things like that. So I really love skating. It felt very freeing to my soul, and so just seeing Victor and Yuri skating, wow, I'm getting emotional. I loved it. And hey, look, merchandise time. Look, guys, I bought Get a recline back in my chair. Pretend you don't see that mess at all. Look at this shirt. Look at this shirt. It's gorgeous. I got it from Hot Topic. You too can buy it at Hot Topic. And I'm back. So, So, let's talk about Yuri on Ice, shall we? I'm going to talk about Yuri on Ice from a ex-figure skater's point of view. And you're probably all sitting there going, Golden Sound Twice. Were you really a figure skater? I mean, look at you now. You're walking around with a cane and you have your own walker. Yep, I do, guys. Do you see that walker in the corner? And all my DVDs. I lost my plug-in. No, the ship's gone down. We're going down. We're sinking. This is a terrible video. Anyway. And the answer is, was I a competitive figure skater? Was I? Was I really? Boom! Yes, I was. Look at that skate. Do not hold the blade like I am holding. These fans are razor sharp. Look at that beautiful skate that cost more money than I have in my bank account right now. This is what a figure skate looks like up close, y'all. So I'm here to talk about some of the fun things in the world of Yuri on Ice. So I just watched the first episode. First of all, let me just say I love both the English dub and the Japanese dub. I think both are phenomenal. Please watch both. Each one has something different to offer, and it's really fantastic. You have to say, well, we'll go down that road later. Anyhow, so skating time. Watch me make this a long video. Oh, that was too close to my neck. Watch me decapitate myself. So I want to talk about some fun things in the skating world of Yuri on Ice. So, the first episode, we get the introductions of the characters, and we see that Yuri has a lot of anxiety and depression that he's struggling with, and honestly, same. Like, that is what a lot of skaters deal with. It's very hard to put yourself out in the public eye, and when you mess up on a jump or a spin or a program, it's very traumatizing. It's really hard to shake off, and some people can shake it off, and they do a great job of that. Other people really struggle and can't really seem to get past it. I was kind of a mixture of both when I was younger, and then as I got older, I started becoming more skilled. But I didn't always guarantee that I was going to do a good skate. Your mental state of being really affects your physical state of being. So if you were in a bad place mentally, you're going to skate terribly. It's just how it goes. So I have introduced my skate here. I don't know. Whoa, Inception. Look at, yo. So I don't know if we should we call this Infinity Skate Chan? Yeah, Infinity Skate Chan. So, Infinity Skate Chan, let's talk. So, this here is the boot. Listen to this. These are high-grade professional skates. They cost $800 to $2,000. They are expensive little shits. They're made out of, I don't know what material. I never knew, actually, when I think about it. But as you can tell, this is a really, really tough boot. Why are these so tough? They are tough because they are your instruments. They are your weapons. They are what makes you move on the ice. When you jump, when you spin, your foot, there cannot be any looseness. You have to have your ankle, you have to have your feet perfectly still. When I was learning how to do, and what I plan for this review to be, for all these reviews to be, are kind of giving you insights of, skating life. So I'll stick to more plot-related things as I review, but for right now, this is kind of some interesting facts about skating, and even some facts that I would have loved for them to put into the show. And again, we'll get this by episode. One thing I just want to say, what I love so much is the sound of the blade. Don't do this at home, people. The sound of the blade on the ice. Ooh, that is, that's gorgeous stuff. Oh, the sound of this blade here just tearing into the ice and making that crack. I hear that sound in the depths of my souls. That sound will follow me. That will haunt me for the rest of my life in the best and worst ways possible. It is a phenomenal sound. And what makes that sound are the edges of your blades. Now, my blade here, I haven't figure skated in 10, 12 years. So it has been a very long time. So my blade is dull and it's no longer sharp. When your skate is at its sharpest, going like this would slice open my hand. So these are dangerous. They're like weapons on your feet, basically. But so right here, we have different edges, all right? So this is my inside edge, and this is my outside edge. So when you're skating, you're not skating in the middle of the blade. We're balancing, we're jumping on these edges right here. And then this, of course, is your toe pick. And when they say, to go on the ball of your toe pick or the balls of your feet, what they mean is this particular spot right here. This is where we launch off for a lot of the jumps, a lot of the spins, kind of all happen right here. And then the rest of the blade is used for like when you're doing crossovers, when you're doing slaloms, I can talk, when we're, utilizing the rest of the blade. But most of the time, jumps and spins usually take place right about here. And then this is for like jumps that you need for your toe pick, or when you're trying to do fancy moves, different things like that. So that is what encompasses with the blade. These are the laces. You can see I have some very terrible laces, and that's because you have to be very careful when you buy laces because, and one thing that was never addressed in the show that I think would have been very interesting is that particular types of laces will actually slice open your hands. Like my mom, when she would lace up my skates, had massive calluses. And later on, the older I got and the more I could figure out how the shenanigan worked, I had massive calluses and cuts and bruises and just dried blood on my hands all the time because you have to really tie this tight to make sure that your foot, that your ankle won't jiggle around in here. It has to be the two edges here have to fit your foot in there perfectly. You cannot have any wiggle room because you can break your ankle with the force and the pressure of landing those jumps. It actually made my ankles very weak to the point where if I was not wearing these skates that had the support that I needed, I would fall over in stores. So it's very interesting what all encompasses with those blades. And then, of course, right here, what keeps the blades on the soles are the screws. And you can see that my screws are all kind of different in this place. And that's because I lost my screws a lot. When the bottom of this has to be waterproof, but when it wears off, you start losing stuff. And my voice is giving, so I should probably stop this. But what's really interesting is that the more and more you use your skate, the more it breaks down, right? So as you can see, like these were newer skates, and they have, they've got their love marks all over them. This is from my toe pick hitting it, and this is from falling. This is very well loved. Oh yeah, like back here and whatnot. But yeah, sometimes when I would get this part, when I would use my skates so much, my blade would jiggle, and like there was one time I was going into a jump and my blade fell off, and I was just like, that was not a fun landing. I fell and it hurt. So those are just some random figure skating things and facts, and you've learned more about the boot. Did you learn any technical terms? No, not really. You just learned what I know and remember. And so I'm going to go over the next 12 episodes because I love this show and I love the dedication to the skating. It was beautiful. And we'll talk more about technicalities as it goes on. Anyway, so the Golden Sound Twice out. Enjoy. Have a lovely day. We will talk skating and Yuri and I soon. Bye!